The next installment of the Diabellstar lore is here. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. The original story of the original sin. This is quite an interesting little take here. So starting things off here is Asturia of the wood or the White Woods. Also, this has a monocle like Alistair, by the way. I don't know if there's a tie-in into the lore with Alistair, but like this is a little bit interesting to see that our lore could possibly tie into that. But it's a level 2 light spellcaster monster, attack and 0 defense. A little weakling here, but okay, you can only use the first sec fix this card's name once per turn. So we can send a spell and trap card from a hand or the field to the graveyard, special summon a light spellcaster tuner from the deck. Oh, hello, Knights and Sorcerer. Or, you know, some little ideas along the way. If a spells or traps is sent to your graveyard to activate a monster effect while this card is in your graveyard, this can actually revive itself. Okay, so self-replacement, ability to beam out any light tuner that you could possibly want. I don't see how this could possibly go sideways. I assume that this is our... Oh no, this is not a tuner monster. I figured the other level 2 would be. So this is going to be Rosette of the White Woods, another level 2 spellcaster effect monster, with, of course, loving these stats, 0 attack, 0 defense. So we can send one spell and trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, then we can add a White Woods monster from your deck to your hand, except for Rosette the White Woods. Oh, cool, so we got a free rota here. If a spellcaster, or excuse me, if a light spellcaster, tuner, or tuners is special summoned to your field, during your opponent's turn while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this back to your hand. Specifically during the opponent's turn. That's kind of interesting. So they are giving this deck recurability during the opponent's turn as well, but that's 2 special summoners. All of these cards are like 1.5 starters, which is actually kind of cool. Oh, this is our tuner monster. This is Sylvie of the White Woods. Alright, at least this one has stats here. 15,200. So you can only use the first second fix this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special, you can add a White Woods spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. Alright, well, everything searches in this deck. This deck's going to lose the draw and lockbird if it ever actually existed here. So if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, we can target one White Woods synchro monster you control or in your graveyard. Return it to the extra deck, and if you do, we can special summon this card, but its effects are negated. Man, why? I guess they wouldn't want you to be able to quick effect revive this during the opponent's turn to bounce back, you know, or to get another search to head on into the next turn, because that quick effect, being able to bounce special itself by returning that resource, does seem a little bit dangerous. So I can understand why they had that. Translation note, her name is half of Silvera. That's kind of cool. And then this is Raia of the White Woods. Wow. A little, this has blue hair. Okay. So this is another spellcaster tuner monster. With 800 attack, 1600 defense. You can only use the first, second, and third effects this card's. Okay, this does a little bit more. So you control a White Woods monster. We can special summon this from the hand. So this is going to be where our little extension pieces start to come in to help us do our thing. We can send a spell and trap card from the hand or field to the graveyard to draw a card. Okay. So this does net us some resources. And if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can bounce back a White Wood synchro monster you control or in your graveyard and special summon this card. But once again, that effect is negated. They do not want you abusing these little sub effects. I mean, what? Just let me discard and draw a card. It's all I want, alright? Like, I'm just trying to filter through here and do whatever I want. And then translation note, her name is partially that of Raelia. So once again, you have a tie-in here. Now this card, this looks... I think that this is it's very White Wolfy here. So this is Silvera, the Witch Wolf of the White Woods. Man, on a level 6. So once again, you're using the little level 2s, tuning with the older level 4s, I'm guessing. So 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner. If this card is special summoned, you can change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. That's not terrible. I mean, 24 or 1900 should be able to handle something. Illusion and spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also, if they attack a defense position monster, inflict double piercing damage to your opponent. Does this illusion spellcasters you control? Okay, so this will count itself. That's good. So this will be 2,400 on the bare minimum. I am always worried about with these sorts of cards, they always include some sort of negative effect of like, oh, excluding itself. And it's like, but why did you have to do that? Next up is the Raelia, the Wicked of the Whitewoods. This art goes absolutely amazing. This will be 26 under the other synchro. So 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner. Wow, they made these completely generic. I also didn't realize this other one up here, this is a tuner. So is this one. Okay, so we have 2 tuners out here. So 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner to make it. If this card is special summoned, not synchro summoned, it's just unspecial summoned. Send 1 spell and trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard to add 1 Whitewoods card or a light spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand. Wow, they are loving these filtering options for this deck. An illusion and spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. So this is 25 by itself, and, excuse me, this is a 500 again. I don't know why I said 600 earlier. So this will be 3K if you have both synchros up and running. That's actually pretty big. And then 2,900 on the Trampler. Okay. And then we have Diabell, the Fiendess of the Whitewoods. Is this their combined mega form? 2,500. Okay, the level 8 Illusion Synchro Monster. 25, 2,000, completely generic. So, if this card is synchro summoned using a tuner synchro as material, so you know those other 2 level 6s that you have up top there, if you use it to make this or something else, you target a spell and trap card in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. That is 100% recurability, alright, on a freaking amazing card. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send a spell and trap card from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon a level 7 or lower tuner synchro from your extra deck, graveyard, or banishment. Why does this not negate? Like, I understand, like, maybe giving this a negate special summon would be a little bit too much, but, like, why could we not include just a little bit more on this? But this card's actually pretty cool. The Legend of the Whitewoods. Wow, this is some Madoka Magica vibes right here. Like, actually looks splendid. So, normal spell card, you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If you control an illusion or a spellcaster, we can add a Whitewoods monster from our deck to our hand. Wow, I'm really loving this searchability. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, you can set this. So we actually can reset our Rhoda card, and then mission accomplished, we can use it. This also kind of has a little bit more tie-ins to what we feel like Witchcrafter cards, where you would get the recurability of those cards up and running and start to generate advantage through that. Okay. Then we have Beware of the Whitewoods. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So if you control a level 6 or higher illusion or spellcaster monster, we target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Answer anything. And if this is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, we can reset this. Yeah, they literally just took everything that Witchcrafters had bad about them and said, you know what? We're just going to fix all of your problems. And that's what they should have done in the first place. Okay. Oh, this is our Sinful Spoil spell card. This is Whispers of the Sinful Spoils. And an apple with a drill in it. Interesting. So you can only use the first effects of this card's name once per turn. Target an illusion or a spellcaster monster we control. Return that face-up card to the hand or extra deck, and so summon an illusion or spellcaster monster from your graveyard or banishment. They are loving this generic stuff, but I don't know how I feel about this. Returning one to special summon one in the graveyard doesn't necessarily seem too amazing. But if this is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, you can actually recur this. So this is another spell card you'll be able to feed off of and regenerate. So that's actually not terrible. And then we have the Woes of the Whitewoods. Wow, this is kind of cool. I do see some creatures here, though, so maybe we'll get some more tie into this. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. So we can special summon a Whitewoods monster from your hand or deck, and then immediately after effect resolves, we can synchro summon a Whitewoods monster. Okay. And if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, recur this back to the field. You have 4 spells and traps that are 100% recurable. I think that this theme, the way that they're setting this up, there's more to come for this. Especially with some of the tells and, like, you know, some of these. The way that these look here, I'm kind of curious. Like, these 2 creatures here, I think there's definitely more to come, but this card I think is actually pretty cool, to say the least. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.